Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon, everyone. I see that we've got a little over 50 participants now on the line. Then that's good news. Spot on here at 2 o'clock. Our speakers today, there are two, Beck Wentz and Alan Reichard. Alan is from AMD, and Beck is with AmerisourceBergen as Director of Customer Events. He's been responsible for optimizing AmerisourceBergen's outcomes in trade shows and event activities across 3 distinct business segments. And in fact, his responsibilities not only include exhibiting, but also event management, because they have participation in 115 events annually, but 5 of those are proprietary, where they have over 7,500 stakeholders. So he comes at this from both angles, both, as I say, from persons involved in exhibiting as well as persons involved in event management. And Alan has many, many years in the industry, having spent 30 with IBM, and then after that Freeman, and after that MPC, and now AMD. And you'll recognize AMD as, well, in the chip business. I think Alan, maybe in his presentation, will touch a little bit about how that's morphed of late. And he's got wonderful experience as Corporate Director of Global Event Marketing. Alan and I had the pleasure, I think, of speaking at PCMA together earlier in January, and I enjoyed his presentation and his points about key performance indicators and ROI, and I thought he'd be an excellent blend with Beck, who also serves on the BPA Event Advisory Board, helping us from the exhibitor's perspective in terms of providing measurement for the trade show industry. Now, I'll just speak very briefly by way of this introduction on quantity versus quality, and then Beck will step in and take us through, as far as the event value is concerned, how that equals attendee quality. And then Alan will come in and talk about the strategy and how, in this current economic situation, that would yield some stimulus. Now, you're seeing a thermos. My old joke is thermoses keep hot things hot and cold things cold. But how do they know? Well, the same is true, I would, with trade show selections from an exhibitor's point of view. How do you know if you have not just the quantity or the quality? I've never met a person who was exhibiting at a show who wanted to have every single attendee come by their booth. Rather, it's always a sliver of the total attendance that is probably the target audience for the product or the message that you as an exhibiting company are trying to get across. How often do you actually know what the universe quantity was for that targeted audience that you're trying to reach? And if you did know that, are you satisfied with the number of folks that did come by the booth, spend time, and become a qualified lead for you? And whatever the closure, whatever the gap is between those who physically did come by and what the universe was, what do you do or plan to do after the show in preparation for your next show to close that gap? And what do organizers do to assist you in the pre, at, and post-show events? With that done, I'll turn it over to Beck, who will now speak to you from his perspective as both an exhibitor and an organizer. Beck?
Well, thank you, and good afternoon to everyone who's joined us. I applaud you for being interested in this topic. I've been adamantly interested in it since I learned of it. In fact, I literally walked out of a seminar about this topic 2 years back at the exhibitor show, sitting down some of the staff from BPA Worldwide saying, I got to get more in the know, I got to get more empowered to make this thing happen. And my goal all along was to enhance my effectiveness toward the goals of the stakeholders that I serve, and those can be as obvious as the sales and business development arm of my company, and it can be also my peers in marketing, even in some cases program management or product management, all of whom have goals in our events. I want to apologize for a little bit of a what might sound like a stutter here. I have a little challenge seeing the slides coming through, but if need be, I think I could probably wing it.